now that James Gunn's Superman is out, I want to talk about one of my favorite characters in the film, and that is the Engineer. The Engineer rules. She's so cool. I made a whole other video about how cool she is. And I want to talk about James' original plans for the movies coming out and how things have changed since the original announcement. One of the things he announced was the film The Authority, based around the team that she is a part of. The Authority. The Authority is amazing. I really love that team. But I think it's really important that a bunch of you who are going to go out and buy the DC Compacts of The Authority, read it, probably love it, like I did in the past. But I think there's something really important about reading The Authority, and that is you should go back and read Warren Ellis's Stormwatch issues. It changes the context of The Authority so much, and I had done that years before this. I had read The Authority once and I loved it. Read it again to just kind of reacquaint myself with it years later, and I was like, yeah, this is still good. And then I was like, you know what, let's go back and read the actual Stormwatch issues. And that changed how I perceived The Authority a great deal. Like, it makes The Authority seem way more sincere and superheroic than if you just start at The Authority #1, because it changes the context in which you understand their arcs, where they're going, what they're trying to do. So I really recommend that you read Warren Ellis's and Tom Rainey, and I think a couple other artists worked on during that era, the Stormwatch era that he wrote. You can read it on DC Universe Infinite. I'm sure there's other places you can read it on, but it's really important that you read those issues first, because it gives you a better understanding of the characters of the Authority. Because I think James pushed back the Authority because partly for The Boys, which I understand kind of, but I don't really buy that. The Boys, the show, is different enough from the Authority, and it's because of those issues of Stormwatch that I understand the Authority much differently than if you were to just read the Authority by itself. And I would think if you just read those things, then you maybe see where it would be hard to make a movie about the Authority. But, like, no, I feel like the Authority is different, and those issues change how I perceive it, and it changes why I don't think The Boys is a good line of reasoning. Obviously the script isn't ready for what James wanted it to be, so we can wait. I will be patient, but man, I'm not going to lie that I'm sad that we don't have the Authority movie already in production, because the Engineer was so cool, and I want to see more of her, and I want to see Midnighter, I want to see Apollo, I want to see the Doctor, I want to see Jenny Sparks. Man, I want to see all of them. But yeah, read Warren Ellis's Stormwatch, and yeah, it's so good. That is such good comics, and it changes how you will perceive the Authority. It is worth it. I'm not trying to give you homework. You will enjoy this.